Okay, Windows 10. This is just to show that Windows 10 is not that, can be run basically the same as Windows 7, and it's not really that bad. So here we're logged into the Tiles view, and if you go to the Windows Start button and just left click, it takes you right down to the desktop view, which is very similar to just running under Windows 7. When you log on, you may be logged into the desktop view, or more likely you'll be logged in automatically to the Tiles view. The Tiles are applications, so similarly to creating shortcuts in Windows on the Windows 7 desktop for your applications, you can pin programs to as a tile to the desktop. So these are Windows applications, and there is also a set of apps that are available in the Windows Store that are common with either desktop or mobile devices. So if we go down here to the Cortana search bar and just type in Store, it brings up the App Store similarly to Apple Store, and you have different categories of apps, applications, games, music, movies, and there are hundreds of thousands of these. So these apps will run on either a desktop like this, or a laptop in this case, or mobile devices, and they're very easy to install. A great deal of them are free, and some of them you pay for, just like the Apple Store. So that's what that's what these tiles are. They're either actual Windows applications. You could put any window application on there, like Microsoft Office or whatever. It's a combination of those plus the more mobile-oriented apps that also run on the desktop. And so these are, you notice these are what are called live tiles. They're changing. So if you right-click on a tile, you can get rid of it by saying unpin from start, or you can turn live tile off, which means it's still there, it still runs as an application, but it's not a quote live tile that's changing view like that. So I'm going to turn live tile on, and it starts cycling through whatever the latest view is. And that's pretty cool. Like on my phone, the live tiles will show, what the latest news is, or whether there are phone calls, it'll show what the latest message is on Slack. Okay, what else do we have here in the tiles? And again, so by left-clicking on the Windows button, we can cycle back and forth between the tiles view and the desktop view, and the taskbar here with different applications stays there for both views. Here on the left-hand side, if we go up here to this expand and click that, it illustrates or gives labels to what we were seeing here with these icons. It adds labels and shows what those things are. Okay, so you have File Explorer, Settings, Network, Pictures, Downloads, and this stuff is configurable. And here we have, right now it has selected pinned tiles, meaning that's the view we're looking at, the tiles view. If you click on All Apps, then that's the equivalent of going to Windows 7 in Windows 7, going to the Windows button, All Programs. And so we have all the applications here, and you can launch them from here. And you can also control whether they show up as a tile or whether they are pinned to the taskbar here. So the mode that I operate in myself is I just pin all applications that I want to the taskbar, and you can have as many levels of that taskbar as you want to add more, and that's all you have to do. It's a little more convoluted to pin applications to the desktop as you would typically do in Windows 7. You can do that in Windows 10, but you have to go through a few more steps to do that. I just pin them to the taskbar and run them from there. So that was okay. So that's what these applications are here on clicking the Windows button. You can get to these folders: the Downloads folder, the Pictures folder, show what's on the network, get to your File Explorer. Okay, if you right-click on the Windows button, you get Windows system type of applications like computer management, disk management, network connections, programs and features, which is, it's the same thing you get to via the control panel in Windows 7 if you want to uninstall applications. So going here, right-clicking, you also have the Task Manager, the control panel, and again, this stuff is configurable. Task Manager is a good one because that shows you what's running. If something's taking your computer down, it won't run. You can look here and see who's using the resources and what's running there. So that's what you get from the Windows Start button. This here is the Cortana search field, and so I can type in. I just showed you I could type in store. I can type in, for example, Windows Update. And it brings up all the choices. So here's where I could go to find, I want to check to see if there's any Windows updates available. Of course, they run automatically, but I'm just illustrating that this is a general search field. It'll find all kinds of stuff on your computer, on the web, or whatever. Then this here, as I mentioned, is a taskbar. This here, this icon, the task view, is kind of cool because it shows what's running. So like if I have, I've got, this is the new Edge Explorer, replacing Windows Explorer. So if I have a bunch of applications running, I want to cycle back and forth between them or whatever, you click on Tasks View and it shows you all the tasks that are running. And you can, select whichever one you want. So that's pretty cool. Over here on the right-hand side, you have some Windows system type of tasks. Here's the Wi-Fi signal. Here's the what the power is doing, the battery volume. This is my VPN network, private internet access that I use always when I'm at a public site, and I should be using it at home as well. And then here is notifications. So, Facebook notifications go there. Also system notifications, like saying you have a Windows update that's downloading, or whatever it wants to say there. And then here's system type of functions, like here's where you'd set airplane mode. Here's where you'd set tablet mode for touchscreen type of application. Here's another place where you can get to all the settings. And from the settings you can get to Windows Update. You can set up your logon accounts, all kinds of stuff. Let's see, system, power, battery, storage, whatever. So that's just a quick overview of the Windows 10 and showing you that it's not really that bad, that you can get down to a Windows 7 desktop. You don't have to use the apps view at all. I think they'd probably make more sense for a touch screen type of device. But they also provide you with everything that's in the Windows Store, all the apps that are in the Windows Store, including the ones that were written for mobile devices, which includes probably hundreds of thousands of different applications, a very large amount of which are free. And so that's the overview. You just click on the left click on the Windows button to cycle between those. So there you go. Simple and pretty cool stuff.